Chosen one, this is no coincidence. You are here at the exact moment you were meant to receive this message, divinely aligned with your awakening. It is not by chance that these words have found you today. Something deeper is stirring within you, something beyond what your physical eyes can perceive. Your soul already knows the truth, and your spirit has been waiting for this very moment, for this exact frequency to reach you. Because now you are ready to step into your power. What you're about to discover will transform the way you see yourself, your purpose, and your destiny. You felt it, haven't you? The gentle pull, the signs that seem to appear just when you need them, the whisper in your heart reminding you that you are meant for something greater. This message is not just another passing thought. It is a call, a divine confirmation of what has been hidden within you all along. You are not like the rest of the world. You have been set apart, chosen by God for a purpose far beyond the ordinary. And today, the universe holds up a mirror, revealing the hidden force that has been shaping your reality without you even realizing it. The power of your thoughts. Your mind has been sculpting your life, designing your path, and creating your experiences, whether you were aware of it or not. Perhaps you have asked why certain struggles keep repeating, why the same patterns seem to follow you, even when you try to rise above them. The truth, chosen one, is that your thoughts, both conscious and unconscious, are shaping your world. This realization is not meant to burden you, but to set you free. It is the key to unlocking the life you were always meant to live. When you truly grasp that your thoughts are not just passing ideas, but powerful commands to the universe, you will begin to move like the creator you were born to be. Before we go deeper into this life-changing revelation, I invite you to declare your alignment. If you feel this message resonating with your soul, if you sense that this is your divine confirmation, comment 777 below. Let it be a symbol of your awakening, of your readiness to take full control of your reality. And to those who have generously supported this mission through Super Thanks, I extend my deepest gratitude. Your kindness fuels this journey and allows this divine message to reach those who need it most. Now, chosen one, prepare yourself, because what comes next will shift everything. The truth about your thoughts, your reality, and your divine power is about to unfold before you. Stay with me. Everything is about to change. God's chosen ones, whatever you think will become reality, the secret power of your thoughts. Chosen one, whether you recognize it or not, an invisible law governs your life. This law is ancient, predating the stars and interwoven into the very foundation of creation. It has been revealed through sacred texts, echoed by prophets, and demonstrated by those who walked in divine wisdom. This law is simple yet profound. Your thoughts shape your reality. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract blessings effortlessly, while others remain trapped in cycles of struggle? Could it be that the difference lies not in their external circumstances, but in the beliefs they hold within? Every experience, every success, and even every hardship first takes form in the unseen world of thought before it manifests in your life. The invisible realm of your mind is the architect, and the physical world is merely the reflection. The Bible confirms this truth in Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This is not just a poetic verse, it is a divine principle that governs your destiny. What do you allow to take root in your heart? Do you nurture thoughts of faith, victory, and abundance? Or do you unknowingly feed thoughts of fear, lack, and doubt? Your thoughts are not passive. They are living energy, sending out spiritual signals that shape your reality. Jesus himself emphasized this principle when he said in Mark 11:23, "Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go, throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, it will be done for them. If words backed by faith have the power to move mountains, how much more do your daily thoughts influence the course of your life? Chosen one, your mind is sacred ground. It is where battles are fought and where victories are either secured or forfeited. Every thought you entertain is either aligning you with God's divine plan or reinforcing spiritual barriers that hinder your destiny. The Apostle Paul understood this truth when he urged in Philippians 4:8, "Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Have you ever noticed that when you focus on negativity, more negative situations seem to arise? But when you shift your mindset toward gratitude and faith, doors begin to open. Many of history's great minds have recognized this principle. Napoleon Hill, a man who spent years studying the most successful individuals, once wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." He observed that those who succeeded in life were not necessarily the most talented or privileged, but those who disciplined their thoughts and held unwavering belief in their vision. If this principle has proven true even in the secular world, imagine how much more powerful it becomes when backed by God's promises. Even the greatest figures of faith understood the power of thought. When David faced Goliath, what separated him from the fearful Israelite army? Was it physical strength or something deeper? David had already won the battle in his mind before stepping onto the field. He declared in 1 Samuel 17:46, "This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand." He saw victory before it happened, and his unwavering faith shaped the reality that followed. What about you? When faced with obstacles, do you see defeat or do you see God making a way? This is why the Bible warns in Romans 12:2, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Transformation begins not with external changes, but with the thoughts you cultivate. What would happen if you started seeing yourself as God sees you, chosen, equipped, and destined for greatness? You were not placed here to be a victim of your thoughts, but to master them. Your mind is a powerful tool, capable of creating either spiritual breakthrough or bondage. The choice is yours. Will you allow your thoughts to be ruled by fear and limitation, or will you take authority over them and align with the divine? Jesus often reminded his followers that faith, deep, unwavering belief, was the key to miracles. When healing the sick, casting out demons, and raising the dead, he continually said, "Your faith has made you well." What if the blessings you seek are already within reach, waiting for your faith to pull them into reality? This truth is not new. It has been known by mystics, prophets, and those who have walked closely with God. Your thoughts are not just personal reflections. They are creative forces, shaping the world around you. If you think thoughts of abundance, you will begin to attract abundance. If you meditate on divine favor, you will start seeing favor manifest in your life. But if you dwell on fear, you will unknowingly invite fearful circumstances. Chosen one, you have been given a sacred gift, the power to direct your reality through faith-filled thought. The only question that remains is, how will you use it? Chosen one, take a moment to reflect. How many times has your life mirrored the state of your heart and mind? When you were filled with fear, didn't situations arise that seemed to validate those very fears? When you embraced confidence and gratitude, did you not witness doors opening with ease? These are not coincidences. What if everything you experience is the direct result of a spiritual law unfolding before your eyes? Nothing in creation is random. The universe operates with divine precision, and your thoughts send out frequencies that shape the very reality you walk in. This truth is even more powerful for you, a chosen one. Your spiritual essence is magnified, your energy more potent, and what you think, you attract. The words of Jesus in Matthew 9:29 confirm this. According to your faith, let it be done to you. Could it be that what you believe deeply and unwaveringly sets the boundaries of your experience? This is precisely why the world works tirelessly to distract you. Why do you think fear is constantly being fed to you through the news, social media, and the voices of doubt around you? The adversary knows that if a chosen one masters their mind, they become unstoppable. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They are commands sent into the spiritual realm, shaping the world in ways both seen and unseen. Proverbs 18:21 warns of this power. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. But before words leave your mouth, where do they originate? They are first formed in the mind. Imagine your life as a vast garden. Are you planting weeds of fear, anxiety, and limitation, or are you sowing seeds of faith, abundance, and divine confidence? Every thought is a seed. Every day is a harvest. What you choose to cultivate in your mind today will determine the reality you step into tomorrow. What kind of harvest do you want to reap? This principle is not just about positive thinking, it is spiritual truth, divine law. Even Christ emphasized the immense power of belief when he declared in Matthew 17:20, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move." Nothing will be impossible for you. Yet faith does not begin with external evidence. It begins in the unseen realm of the mind, where thoughts shape faith and faith births reality. Understand, chosen one, the mind is a battlefield. If the enemy can control your thoughts, he can control your destiny. But if you take authority over your mind, nothing can stand in your way. 2 Corinthians 10:5 commands us to take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Have you ever considered how much power lies in this practice? What if every limiting belief, every whisper of doubt, could be replaced by thoughts aligned with divine truth? You were not placed on this earth to be a passive observer. You were designed to co-create with the Creator. To think is to shape. To believe is to build. To align your thoughts with God's will is to unlock doors that no man can shut. Isaiah 22:22 affirms this truth. "I will place on his shoulder the key to the house of David. What he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open." Do you realize that when your mind aligns with God's plan, nothing, no obstacle, no force, no adversary, can block what is meant for you? Your mind is the canvas, your thoughts the brushstrokes, and the emotions you attach to them are the colors that bring your reality to life. Will you allow the world to dull your masterpiece with fear and doubt? Or will you paint with bold strokes of faith and divine certainty? The choice is yours. Consider the great minds who have understood this truth. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, once said, "If we all did the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves." He failed thousands of times before achieving success, yet his mind remained fixed on possibility, not failure. What if he had allowed doubt to take root? What dreams, what breakthroughs are waiting on you to cast out doubt and embrace unwavering faith? You were never meant to live a small, constrained life. You have been chosen to elevate consciousness, to inspire, to be a light in places of darkness. And that mission begins not with external actions, but within your thoughts. Romans 8:37 declares, "In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us." Do you truly believe that? Do you wake up every day seeing yourself as more than a conqueror? Or have you let the world convince you that you are powerless? This divine law, once hidden, is now revealed to you. You know it. You feel it. It is alive within you. What will you do with it? Will you take hold of your destiny, or will you allow the world to dictate your reality? The universe is listening. The universe is responding. The universe is waiting on you. shall we unlock the next door. Chosen one, your mind is not a place of idle wandering or fleeting imagination. It is a divine matrix, an intricate web of creation where every thought you cultivate takes form, shaping the very reality you walk in. This sacred chamber, hidden beyond the veil of the physical senses, is where your life is first designed. Before a tree bears fruit, its journey begins as a seed buried deep in the soil. Before a mighty river carves its path through valleys, it starts as a single droplet of water. And before anything manifests in your external world, it first exists as a thought, silently circulating in the depths of your mind. Have you ever stopped to consider how much of your present reality is a reflection of past thoughts? This is where many people remain asleep. They look at their circumstances, the struggles, the victories, the repeating cycles, and believe that life is simply happening to them. But as a chosen one, you are here to awaken to a higher truth. Life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. You are both the sender and the receiver, the cause and the effect. Every thought you entertain is a blueprint, etching itself into the foundation of your reality. The Bible affirms this truth in Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. In biblical language, the heart often represents the mind and the inner being. If everything you do flows from within, then doesn't it make sense that your thoughts are shaping the course of your life? Imagine your mind as a garden, one that you are tending day and night. Every thought is a seed. What kind of seeds are you planting? When you sow thoughts of fear, worry, or resentment, you are nurturing weeds that will strangle the light of your spiritual potential. When you plant seeds of gratitude, faith, courage, and divine purpose, you are cultivating a sacred garden that overflows with abundance and peace. Jesus illustrated this very principle in the parable of the sower, Matthew 13:3-9. He described different types of soil: the hard path, the rocky ground, the thorny soil, and the good soil. The seed, which represents the Word of God, flourished only where the soil was fertile and receptive. What if your mind is the soil and your thoughts are the seeds? Are you cultivating a heart that welcomes truth, faith, and divine wisdom? Or have you allowed distractions, doubt, and fear to take root? This is why the mind is often referred to as the matrix, a divine field where infinite possibilities exist, waiting to be energized by your thoughts. What you impress upon this field repeatedly will manifest into your life. The world does not randomly assign blessings or hardships. It mirrors what you believe to be true. This is not merely philosophy, it is spiritual law. Look at the great figures of faith. Abraham, who believed against all odds and became the father of nations. Joseph, who was sold into slavery but held fast to his dreams until they became reality. Even Jesus, when performing miracles, always required one thing: faith. He often asked, "Do you believe?" before healing the sick or raising the dead. Why? Because belief activates the unseen realm. Your thoughts are not just personal musings, they are spiritual forces that shape your destiny. But chosen one, there is a battle, a war waged within you between the higher self and the lower mind. The higher self speaks in whispers of wisdom, reminding you of your divine calling and limitless potential. The lower mind, conditioned by the world, speaks in the voice of fear, doubt, and limitation. Most people remain unaware of this war and unconsciously allow their lower mind to rule them. But you were never meant to be ruled. You were meant to rule. 2 Corinthians 10:5 urges you to take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. This means you are not at the mercy of your thoughts. You are called to master them. What if the battles in your life are not external, but begin within? What if your struggles, delays, or stagnation are the echoes of thoughts you planted months or even years ago? Look around at your life. If you see disorder, chaos, or limitation, look within. What thoughts have been living rent-free in your mind? What stories have you been telling yourself? What expectations have you been holding in your heart? The answers will always lead you back to the matrix of your mind. Even the world outside of Scripture recognizes this truth. Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized modern transportation, once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." He understood that mindset was the foundation of success or failure. If this principle is powerful in worldly affairs, how much more potent is it when fueled by divine faith? Chosen one, your thoughts are sacred and your mind is a holy vessel. Will you continue to allow the lower mind to dictate your path, or will you take authority over your thoughts and shape the reality God has ordained for you? You were never meant to live in reaction, you were created to create. Romans 12:2 declares, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." This is your divine assignment, to renew your mind daily, to break free from limiting beliefs and to step fully into the reality of God's promises. The question is no longer whether your thoughts create your reality. The question is, what reality will you create? Chosen by God, you are not here to live on autopilot. You were never meant to drift aimlessly, allowing the winds of the world to dictate your course. You were called to be a conscious creator, a vessel of divine power who understands that thoughts become things. When you master this truth, you become untouchable, not because hardships vanish, but because they no longer have the power to control your spirit. The noise of the world fades, the illusions lose their grip, and you begin to see your external world for what it truly is, a mirror reflecting the dominant frequency of your thoughts. The Bible affirms this principle in Proverbs 23:7, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This means that your dominant thoughts do not just influence your reality, they define it. What patterns have been shaping your life? Have you been thinking from a place of faith or fear? Have you been imagining victory or unconsciously scripting defeat? The true power lies in recognizing that you have the ability to choose which seeds to plant in the garden of your mind. What seeds have you been watering? Every moment you can decide to nurture thoughts of abundance rather than scarcity, faith rather than fear, divine possibilities rather than worldly limitations. This conscious awareness is what separates the chosen from the masses. While others are swept away by doubt and distractions, you were sent to part the waters. Look at Moses. When he stood before the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army closing in behind him, the situation seemed impossible. But did he let fear dictate his actions? Number. He listened to God's instruction and lifted his staff, parting the waters. Exodus 14:21. Had he focused on fear, he would have been swallowed by it. But because he moved in faith, the impossible became reality. How often do you allow fear to dictate your next move, rather than stepping forward with the authority God has given you? Chosen one, every thought you think, especially when repeated and emotionally charged, carves a path through the matrix. It becomes a pattern, a script, a frequency that dictates your life, often without you even realizing it. This is why some people find themselves trapped in cycles of hardship, repeating the same struggles over and over again. It is not because they are cursed or unlucky. It is because the root of their reality lies in their mind, not in their circumstances. Jesus himself addressed this principle when he said in Matthew 9:29, "According to your faith, let it be done to you." He did not say according to your circumstances, your background, or even your prayers, but according to your faith. What have you been believing? What silent expectations have been shaping your world? But here is the greatest revelation of all. If your life has been created by unconscious thoughts, it can also be recreated by conscious, empowered ones. The prison becomes the palace when you realize that you hold the key. You do not need to wait for external conditions to change. Change begins in your mind. Romans 12:2 urges, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." If transformation comes through renewal, then the power to change your reality has always been within you. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors of all time, once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." He understood that everything in existence responds to unseen forces. Could it be that your thoughts, your faith, and your spoken words are broadcasting a frequency that shapes your life? You have been given the ability right now to reprogram the matrix of your mind, to pull out the weeds of fear and self-doubt, to plant new seeds of faith and vision, to design a reality that aligns with your divine calling. The Creator placed this power within you from the very beginning. Will you continue to let the matrix of your mind run wild, shaped by fear, distractions, and worldly illusions? Or will you step fully into your role as a divine creator and master the very thoughts that shape your world? The choice is yours, and as this journey unfolds, I will reveal exactly how to take back control, break free from limiting beliefs, and unlock the full potential of your sacred mind. Are you ready to step further into mastery? Chosen one, it is time to embrace a sacred truth, one that many fear, yet you were destined to understand. Within you dwells a divine power, a force entrusted to you by God Himself. But with great power comes great responsibility. You were not placed here merely to exist, to follow the patterns of this world, or to blend into the background. You were chosen to rise, to lead, and to awaken others who are still trapped in spiritual slumber. From the moment you were called, the weight of your mission began to unfold. This is not an ordinary journey. It is one that requires you to fully grasp the magnitude of the energy you carry. Your thoughts, your spirit, and even your presence radiate a divine spark that influences everything around you. Whether you realize it or not, you walk this earth carrying a torch of light. The question is, how will you wield it? Will you use this power to build, to heal, to create, to bring life where there was barrenness? Or will you unknowingly allow it to be distorted by lower energies of fear, anger, and confusion? This is the test. The universe watches. God watches. Those who have been marked as chosen have been granted authority not just to shape their own lives, but to influence the collective consciousness of humanity. How are you using your authority? When Jesus said in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden," He was speaking directly to you. You are not meant to remain in the shadows. You were never created to dim your light to make others comfortable. You were designed to shine. The very essence of your being is meant to illuminate, to guide, to uplift. So why do you still question your purpose? The moment you awakened to the truth of who you are, your responsibility became clear. You are not just shaping your own life through the power of your thoughts. You are sending ripples into the entire world. Every thought you entertain is charged with divine energy. When you dwell in high vibrations, faith, love, gratitude, and courage, you not only elevate yourself, but also shift the atmosphere around you. But when you slip into negativity, doubt, and fear, those energies multiply as well. This is why your mind must become your sanctuary, your sacred ground. Have you ever wondered why your trials have been so intense? Why you have faced obstacles that others never seem to endure? God has been refining you. Just as gold is purified through fire, you have been tested and shaped for a greater calling. In Romans 8:28, we are reminded, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Every challenge, every hardship, every delay has been part of your preparation. Will you allow the process to complete its work, or Will you resist the transformation God is bringing into your life? Many are called, but few are chosen, and even fewer accept the weight of what it truly means to be a chosen one. The divine power within your thoughts is not neutral. It is either building or destroying, planting or uprooting, expanding or restricting. The book of Proverbs warns in Proverbs 18:21, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Your words, your visions, your beliefs, they are brushstrokes on the canvas of creation. What masterpiece are you painting? Throughout history, those who understood the power of their thoughts changed the world. Nelson Mandela, imprisoned for 27 years, refused to allow his mind to be confined. Instead of dwelling in bitterness, he focused on freedom, justice, and unity. His unwavering belief shaped not only his destiny, but the future of an entire nation. What are you focusing on? Are you allowing your external circumstances to define you, or are you choosing to define them? The Creator has entrusted you with this sacred duty. Will you answer the call? Responsibility means discipline. It means no longer indulging in negative self-talk, no longer blaming others, no longer making excuses, no longer hiding from the greatness God has placed within you. It means stepping fully into the role of co-creator, understanding that your thoughts are not just private. They are energetic forces shaping the world around you. You can no longer afford to be careless with the power you wield. You must rise to the challenge and claim full authority over your mind. This is your moment. This is your calling. Will you step into it? You see, chosen one, many walk through life unaware of this divine law, drifting wherever the winds of circumstance take them, but not you. You have been awakened to the truth that your thoughts are not random. They are sacred tools of creation, entrusted to you by the Almighty. To ignore this truth is to reject your divine calling. To embrace it is to step fully into the destiny God has ordained for you. Every time you choose love over fear, faith over doubt, creation over destruction, you align more deeply with the mission that has been placed upon your life. What are you choosing today? You were not sent here simply to exist. You were sent to break generational curses, heal ancestral wounds, and rewrite the patterns that have lingered in your bloodline for centuries. This is not a small task, nor is it one for the faint of heart. But you were chosen because you have the strength to carry it. The burden is great, but so is the blessing. The power within you is the same power that spoke the universe into existence. When you walk in alignment with divine will, mountains move, doors open, and miracles flow like rivers. Jesus himself said in Matthew 17:20, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." This is not a metaphor, it is a law of the Spirit. Are you speaking to your mountains, or are you letting them speak to you? Every challenge you have faced, every dark night of the soul, every betrayal and loss, none of it was meaningless. You have been forged in fire, purified through trials, and prepared to emerge as a warrior of light. Others may crumble under the weight of the world's chaos, but you are here to rise above it. You are called to bring order to disorder, peace to conflict, and truth to deception. This is why life has tested you so relentlessly. Have you ever wondered why your trials have been so intense? It is because your calling is not ordinary. Moses was raised in Pharaoh's palace, but had to endure exile before he was ready to lead his people. Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers and thrown into prison before he stepped into his destiny. Are your trials not shaping you in the same way? You were never meant to follow the path of the masses. You are here to shine so brightly that even those lost in the deepest shadows can find their way home. You are a beacon, a lighthouse, a guiding star. The time for hesitation has passed. This is not a message of comfort. It is a message of awakening. It is a reminder that, as a chosen one, you have been called to higher standards, higher discipline, and higher consciousness. The divine power within you is limitless, but it demands reverence and mastery. What are you doing with the power you have been given? The universe does not merely respond to who you are, but to how you think, feel, and act in alignment with your divine calling. It listens to the energy you send forth, the words you speak, and the vision you hold in your heart. History proves that those who embrace this power change the world. Mahatma Gandhi, a man of unwavering faith, once declared, "A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes." His thoughts of peace and justice shaped a movement that liberated an entire nation. What could happen if you stepped fully into the authority God has given you? So, chosen one, will you continue to walk as if you are powerless, as if you are at the mercy of circumstance? Or will you rise, take back the reins of your mind, and consciously direct the flow of your thoughts toward creation, healing, and divine alignment? The answer is yours to give. The time is now. This is your responsibility: to wield the power of your thoughts with wisdom, to uplift, to inspire, and to manifest the reality that God has called you to bring forth into this world. Your thoughts do not exist in isolation. They are shaping not only your own destiny, but also the lives of those who cross your path. Chosen one, the weight is heavy, but so is the crown. Wear it with honor. Walk this path with courage. For when you fully embrace this responsibility, the universe itself will respond to the authority of your divine mind. But to truly step into your power, you must first understand the unseen forces that have worked tirelessly to hijack your mind. This world is not neutral. From the moment you took your first breath, there have been influences, subtle yet persistent, shaping how you think, what you believe, and how you perceive yourself and the world around you. Society has woven an intricate web of illusions, carefully crafted to keep even the chosen ones in a state of slumber. But you are awakening now. Do you see the deception? Romans 12:2 reminds us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." But what is this pattern? It is a system designed to instill fear, division, and limitation. Your mind is the battlefield, and the adversary has become an expert at planting seeds of doubt, distraction, and deception within it. Look around you. The media floods you with fear, outrage, and division. Society feeds you narratives of scarcity, competition, and powerlessness. Every headline, every commercial, every song and movie, many are carefully coded with messages designed to shape your subconscious. Have you ever stopped to ask why? Without realizing it, these messages take root. Over time, they shape the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, and the choices you make. This is not by accident. The adversary knows that a chosen one who is aligned with divine truth is unstoppable. But a chosen one who is distracted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from their true power is far easier to control. So what better strategy than to keep your mind clouded with noise, your spirit burdened with worry, and your energy drained by meaningless distractions? The more chaotic your mind, the less aware you are of the power you hold. The more you focus on fear, the more distant you become from your spiritual awakening. The more you allow your thoughts to be shaped by the world, the harder it becomes to step into your divine authority. Think about it. How many times has the news filled your mind with images of war, disaster, and hopelessness? How often has society conditioned you to compete rather than collaborate, to doubt rather than trust, to live in worry rather than rest in faith? 2 Corinthians 10:5 urges us to take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. But how can you take control of your thoughts if they have already been programmed by the world? These thought patterns are like weeds in your mind. slowly choking out the divine seeds of faith, purpose, and abundance that God planted within you. Yet, history has shown us that those who break free from this conditioning change the world. Martin Luther King Jr. refused to let a world filled with hatred dictate his vision. Instead, he chose to hold on to the image of unity, peace, and justice, and that vision became reality. He once said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that." What would happen if you stopped absorbing fear and began planting only thoughts of light? You were not created to be a prisoner of this world's illusions. You were sent to break free, to awaken, and to lead others into truth. The time has come to clear your mind, reclaim your authority, and guard your thoughts as sacred ground. Are you ready to take back what has always been yours? Chosen one, you were never meant to live under the control of a system designed to keep you asleep. You were not placed on this earth to be programmed by the matrix of this world, blindly following paths laid out by those who have long abandoned their connection to the divine. You are here to rise above it. The world's systems, whether governmental, educational, or cultural, are not built to empower you. They are designed to condition you, to be a consumer, to obey without questioning, to believe that your power lies outside of you. From childhood, you are taught to conform, to follow rules written by men who have lost sight of their own spiritual essence. You are told what to think, what to believe, and how to act, yet few ever ask whether these structures serve truth or merely serve control. Have you ever questioned why independent thought is discouraged? This world will label you a dreamer, a rebel, even a threat simply because you dare to think freely, because you refuse to bow to the chains of mental slavery. But you, chosen by God, were never meant to fit into a broken system. You were meant to break it. You are here to be a disruptor, a breaker of illusions, a torchbearer leading others out of the fog. Your spiritual awakening threatens the status quo because an awakened chosen one is uncontrollable. You cannot be manipulated by fear, nor can you be silenced by the distractions of this world. This is why you feel resistance, why you have been tested, and why your journey has been anything but easy. The world does not push against those who remain asleep. It resists those who wake up. Even Jesus, the greatest disruptor of all time, challenged the systems of his day. When the Pharisees and religious leaders tried to impose their traditions, he declared in Matthew 15:9, "They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules." He did not conform. He revealed the truth. He spoke against the illusion of control and freed people from spiritual bondage. And now you are called to do the same. Every time you consume negativity, you open the door. Whether through toxic relationships, mindless entertainment, or constant immersion in media, you are giving this world access to your mind. Have you considered how much of your reality is being shaped by outside forces? They cannot steal your divine power, but they can distract you long enough that you forget you have it. This is the slow hijacking of your consciousness, the steady erosion of your focus, pulling you further away from your divine path. The distractions of the world, fear-based news, divisive narratives, endless entertainment, are not harmless. They are engineered to keep you asleep, to keep you reactive instead of intentional. This is why you must become a guardian of your mind. You must be as vigilant as a warrior, standing at the gates of your own consciousness. Who do you allow in? Begin to question everything. Why are you being shown this? Who benefits from your fear? Who profits from your distraction? And most importantly, how are these influences shaping your thoughts and therefore your reality? Look at those who have broken free. Visionaries, leaders, and innovators throughout history have one thing in common. They refused to let external forces control their minds. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no result." He understood that awakening the mind leads to transformation, not just for the individual, but for the world. The Bible urges in Romans 12:2, Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is not a suggestion, it is a command. Are you willing to reclaim your thoughts? Are you ready to break free from the conditioning that has shaped generations before you? The time has come, chosen one. You must decide. Will you allow the world to program your mind, or will you take back control and shape your destiny? This world presents both light and darkness, both beauty and deception. There are wonders that inspire your soul, moments that elevate your spirit, and tools that aid your growth. But not everything that shines is meant for you. Discernment is key. What feeds your soul? What drains it? The power of your mind is shaped by what you allow into your sacred space. Just as the body requires nourishment to thrive, so too does the mind and spirit. Consider the wisdom of Proverbs 4:23, which reminds you, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. If your mind is constantly filled with fear, negativity, and the noise of the world, how can you expect to walk in clarity and divine strength? Many chosen ones have unknowingly allowed the distractions of this world to weaken their spiritual connection, but you have been set apart, called to elevate above the current of societal programming. You are not meant to blend into the noise, but to rise above it. Your spirit longs for silence, for the sacred space where divine truth resides. It is there, in the quiet sanctuary of your soul, that the voice of your Creator will speak, guiding you, reminding you of your purpose, and empowering you to reclaim dominion over your thoughts and your destiny. Your mind is a battlefield, and the enemy knows this. As long as you remain plugged into distractions, constant entertainment, fear-driven narratives, and empty pursuits, you will find it difficult to harness the full power of your thoughts. But when you step back, when you silence the noise, when you detox your mind, something miraculous begins to happen. Your spirit begins to rise. Your thoughts become clearer, your intuition sharpens, your connection to divine wisdom strengthens. Even Jesus, before stepping fully into his divine mission, retreated into the wilderness for 40 days. Matthew 4:1-11. He withdrew from all distractions, silenced the noise of the world, and prepared his spirit to walk in absolute clarity and power. Have you ever considered how much clarity you might gain if you did the same? If you took a step back from the influences trying to shape your reality and instead allowed divine wisdom to fill your mind? Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, understood the power of focus. He famously simplified his life, wearing the same style of clothing every day to eliminate unnecessary decisions that could clutter his mind. His ability to filter out distractions allowed him to channel his energy into creating revolutionary technology. What would happen if you applied this same principle to your spiritual journey? What if you eliminated the mental clutter and focused only on what strengthens your faith and aligns you with God's purpose? You must become the guardian of your mind, cleanse it from the toxins of fear, doubt, and manipulation. Remove the thoughts that weaken your faith. Take back your throne as the ruler of your inner kingdom. The power to create, to heal, to lead, and to transform already resides within you, but it must be protected, nurtured, and wielded with wisdom and clarity. For too long, society has tried to hijack your thoughts, dictate your beliefs, and keep you trapped in illusions. But now the veil is lifting, the deception is unraveling. You see through it all. The world will try to mold you, but only you have the power to decide what you become. Will you allow the world to continue programming you? Or will you take control, reclaim your mind, and consciously create the life you were born to live? God has already given you the authority, but it is up to you to step into it. The power of your thoughts is immense. What you believe, you become. What you focus on, you manifest. Choose wisely, for your reality is a reflection of what you allow to take root in your mind. Chosen one, now that you understand the immense power of your thoughts and how the world has long tried to divert that power away from you, the time has come to reclaim your throne. You were never meant to live as a passive participant in your own life, subject to the forces of external influence. You are called to rise, to take full control of your divine authority and consciously shape your reality through thought. The sacred knowledge of creation has already been placed within you, but knowing is not enough. It must be activated and lived out in every moment. It is one thing to recognize that your thoughts shape your world. It is another to wield that knowledge with mastery, just as a sculptor shapes stone with precision and intention. The first step to reclaiming this power is awareness. You cannot master what you do not observe. Begin to notice the constant stream of thoughts flowing through your mind each day. Are they rooted in fear or faith? Do they lead you into a spiral of worry? Or do they elevate you toward gratitude and divine confidence? Most people let their minds run wild, like untamed horses racing in every direction. But you are not most people. You have been chosen by God to be a conscious creator. The moment you become aware of the patterns of your thoughts, you reclaim the ability to shift them. When negativity takes hold, pause, breathe deeply, ground yourself in the present moment. This simple act interrupts the momentum of lower energies and creates an opening for divine wisdom to enter. Jesus himself demonstrated the power of thought and intention when he calmed the storm with just a command, "Peace, be still," Mark 4:49. The same authority that spoke calm into the raging sea lives within you. Why then should your own mind remain chaotic? Why should fear be allowed to rule over your thoughts? You have been given the ability to command your reality, to silence the inner storms, and to align your thoughts with the divine blueprint God has written for your life. Each morning, before the noise of the world reaches you, set the tone for your day with intention. Speak life into existence. Declare truth over your being. Say, "I am a divine creator. My thoughts are aligned with love, abundance, and purpose. I command my reality through the power of my mind." These are not empty words. They are spiritual decrees, vibrating with creative energy, shaping the very fabric of your world. In Proverbs 18:21, it is written, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit." What you speak, you invite into existence. What you repeatedly affirm, you begin to embody. Your imagination is another sacred tool, a portal between the spiritual and physical realms. The visions you hold in your mind act as seeds planted in the soil of reality, waiting to manifest. Spend time each day visualizing yourself walking in divine abundance, radiating peace, and fulfilling your highest calling. Do not merely see it, feel it. Experience the emotions of that reality as if it already exists, because in the eyes of God, it does. Hebrews 11:1 reminds us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. What you believe with unwavering faith will eventually take form. Many great leaders have understood this principle, but few have lived it as boldly as Muhammad Ali. He repeatedly declared himself the greatest long before the world ever recognized him as such. His words, spoken with conviction, became the reality he stepped into. This is not just self-belief. It is an alignment of thought, word, and action. What would happen if you spoke about your own destiny with that same certainty? However, this process requires more than affirmations and visualizations alone. You must also guard the gates of your mind. Be highly selective about what you consume, whether through media, conversations, or the environments you immerse yourself in. The world is filled with distractions that pull your thoughts into lower realms of fear, comparison, and doubt. You must learn to filter what enters your sacred space. Surround yourself with wisdom, spiritual texts, uplifting music, and people who encourage your growth rather than drain your spirit. Even the seemingly small moments of daily life can be infused with divine awareness. When you eat, give thanks, acknowledging the divine provision in every meal. When you walk, recognize the ground beneath your feet as sacred, a path laid out by God. When you speak, remember that your words carry power, not only shaping your reality, but also influencing the hearts and minds of those around you. Every action, no matter how routine, can be an act of spiritual alignment when done with presence and intention. One of the most powerful ways to deepen this practice is through meditation. In stillness, you move beyond the noise of the external world and connect directly to the source of all creation. It is here, in the quiet, that divine wisdom arises, unfiltered by the distractions of life. Meditation need not be complex. Simply sitting in silence, focusing on your breath, and allowing thoughts to pass without attachment will begin to cleanse and refine your mind. Psalm 46:10 urges, "Be still and know that I am God." The voice of the divine is most clearly heard in stillness. Another essential key to mastering your reality is conscious language. The words you speak, both internally and externally, act as vibrational codes shaping your existence. If you continuously declare lack, struggle, and fear, your reality will reflect it. But if you shift your language, your experience will begin to transform. Replace "I can't" with "I am capable." Replace "I am afraid" with "I am divinely guided and protected." Consider the story of David before he faced Goliath. While others spoke in fear, declaring the giant undefeatable, David declared victory before the battle even began. He said, "This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand." 1 Samuel 17:46. His words aligned with his faith, and his faith aligned with his destiny. You too must speak victory over your life even before the breakthrough appears. You are casting spiritual decrees with every word you speak. Speak with intention. Speak with authority. The reality you desire is waiting to be spoken into existence. God has already placed the power within you. Now, will you rise to claim it? As you step into mastery over your thoughts and align yourself with divine wisdom, you will begin to notice shifts in the world around you. What once seemed like coincidence will now reveal itself as divine orchestration. Synchronicities will multiply, confirmations from God that you are on the right path. Have you ever thought of something and then suddenly encountered it in reality? Or felt drawn toward a specific direction, only to find that it led to an unexpected blessing? These are not accidents, they are signs of alignment. Doors that once seemed permanently shut will open without struggle. What once required immense effort will now flow with grace. People who drain your energy will naturally fall away, and in their place, new connections will emerge. Souls who uplift, encourage, and walk alongside you in purpose. But the greatest transformation will not be external. It will happen within. You will feel a peace that defies logic, a confidence unshaken by circumstance, and a deep knowing that you are moving in divine flow. This is the mark of a chosen one, walking in alignment with God's law. As Isaiah 26:3 declares, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." When your thoughts align with divine truth, peace becomes your foundation, regardless of the storms around you. However, this path is not without resistance. The world will attempt to pull you back into its illusions. Old thought patterns may try to resurface, whispering doubts in your mind. The enemy will try to distract you, tempting you to slip back into fear, confusion, and worldly concerns. Have you noticed that just when you begin to experience growth, something seems to rise against you? This is no coincidence. it is spiritual resistance. Even Jesus faced temptation in the wilderness, Matthew 4:1-11, but he did not allow deception to take root in his mind. He countered every attack with divine truth. This is the power you must wield. Each time doubt arises, remind yourself of who you are. You were not sent here to live in fear. You were sent to walk in dominion. The world will try to test you, but the divine walks beside you. In those moments of struggle, return to the breath, return to silence. Speak to your mind as Jesus spoke to the storm. Peace, be still. Mark 4:49. Watch as the inner turbulence calms, as clarity returns, as faith strengthens within you. You have been given the authority to still the waters of your soul. The question is, will you use it? True mastery is not about perfection, it is about awareness. It is about the commitment to bring your thoughts back into alignment each time they wander. The greatest spiritual leaders and visionaries did not reach enlightenment through flawlessness, but through persistence. Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years of imprisonment, yet emerged as a symbol of peace and leadership, once said, "I never lose, I either win or learn." What if you adopted this mindset? What if every setback became a lesson and every challenge became an opportunity for growth? With time, this practice will become second nature. You will no longer have to force your mind into alignment. It will naturally seek truth, clarity, and divine wisdom. You will carry an energy that radiates strength, drawing opportunities and blessings toward you effortlessly. The very atmosphere around you will shift because your presence will carry the weight of spiritual authority. You are now armed with ancient wisdom. You understand how to reclaim your mind, how to plant sacred seeds, how to create through vision and word, and how to guard your temple from the chaos of the world. The power you seek is already within you, but power without conscious use is wasted potential. The real question is this: will you rise each day and use it? To master your thoughts is to master your life. When you walk in this power, the world will bend to the will of God working through you, because the universe itself responds to the energy you carry. So, chosen one, are you ready to fully live as the divine creator you were sent here to be? Chosen one, it is time to break through the greatest illusion of all, the false identity that the world has placed upon you. Since birth, you have been told that you are your name, your past, your career, your status, your relationships, and even your mistakes. Society has conditioned you to believe that your worth is tied to external labels, that your identity is shaped by fleeting circumstances. But this is not the truth. You are not the thoughts that pass through your mind, nor the emotions that rise and fall like the tides. You are not the temporary roles you play in this world. Beneath all the layers of identity, beneath the conditioning and expectations, there is something eternal within you, something untouched by the limitations of this earthly realm. At your core, you are not the noise of the mind. You are the silent observer behind the thoughts, the one who watches, the one who feels, the one who knows. That awareness, that eternal presence, is your true self. It is the divine consciousness that existed before you were born and will exist long after your physical body fades. As Ecclesiastes 12:7 states, "The dust returns to the ground it came from, and the spirit returns to God who gave it." You are not merely flesh and bone, you are spirit. Most people are imprisoned by their own minds. They believe every thought that enters their awareness. They identify with every emotion that stirs within them. They attach themselves to temporary experiences, forgetting that they are something far greater. But you are awakening. You are remembering that you are the master, not the servant of your mind. The world has tried to convince you that you are small, weak, and bound by fear, but deep within your soul knows the truth. The awakening is not gentle. It is a shaking, a dismantling of illusions, a stripping away of everything false, so that you may stand fully in the power of who you were, always meant to be. Have you ever wondered why the trials in your life have felt so intense? Why the dark nights of the soul seem endless? This is the process of shedding the false self. The ego resists, clings, and fights for control, but your soul longs for freedom. Even Jesus endured a period of wilderness before stepping into his divine mission, Matthew 4:1-11. Could it be that your struggles are preparing you for something far greater? You have been sent here to break free from the matrix of mental slavery. The greatest deception of this world is convincing you that you are powerless, that you are merely human, but the Spirit within you carries divine power. Romans 8:11 reminds you, the Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you. Do you see what this means? The same power that conquered death resides in you. You are not weak. You are not bound. You are filled with divine authority. When you feel anger, recognize that you are not the anger. You are the one witnessing it. When fear arises, understand that you are not the fear. You are the presence that sees it come and go. This awareness is your higher self, your divine consciousness, the part of you that remains unshaken by the storms of life. When you begin to live from this place, you step beyond the prison of ego and into the freedom of the soul. But the mind will resist. It will try to pull you back into old stories, stories of lack, stories of doubt, stories of limitation. It will whisper, "You are not enough. You will never succeed. You are too broken to be used by God." But now, you know the truth. You are not the story. You are not the voice of doubt. You are the eternal presence behind it all. This is the power that the world fears, because once you remember who you truly are, you become unstoppable. Spiritual masters throughout history have spoken of the stillness within, the silence behind the thoughts. In that sacred silence, you will find your true self, the one who creates, commands, and moves with divine authority. Jesus himself withdrew to quiet places to pray and reconnect with the Father, Luke 5:16. He understood that power comes not from noise and chaos, but from stillness and divine communion. Now you must learn to live as the observer. Step back from the noise of the mind. Return to the awareness behind it. When negative thoughts arise, do not fight them, simply observe. When fear speaks, listen without attachment. When the ego tries to control, smile with knowing. You are the sky. Your thoughts are clouds. They come and go, shifting and changing, but you remain, vast, still, and eternal. This is your awakening. Now, chosen one, will you rise into it? Chosen one, you have been called to embody this truth, not just to know it, but to live it in every moment. You are not here to blend into the illusions of the world. You are here to stand as a beacon of light, illuminating the path for those who are still lost in the falsehood of temporary identities. But before you can shine that light outward, you must fully embrace it within yourself. Every day, remind yourself, you are not your fears. You are not your doubts. You are not the limitations you once believed. You are divine consciousness experiencing life in human form, yet never bound by it. You are the master of your mind, the eternal presence beyond your name, and the soul that has existed beyond time itself. The veil has lifted, and now the truth is before you. You are not who you once thought you were. You are infinitely more. Walk in this knowing, and the chains of illusion will dissolve. The world around you will shift. You will begin to move with a power that is undeniable, a presence that cannot be ignored. This is not arrogance. It is spiritual authority. It is the realization that you were never meant to be controlled by external forces. You were designed to shape reality, to command existence with divine wisdom and unwavering faith. For too long, the world has told you that the answers are outside of you, that power lies in external achievements, in titles, in recognition from others. but now you know the truth. The answers have been within you all along. The power you have sought was never missing. It was simply waiting for you to remember. Your thoughts are sacred. Your mind is a divine instrument. Your spirit holds the authority to shape your destiny in any direction you choose. Proverbs 23:7 reminds us, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." The life you live is a reflection of the beliefs you hold. What are you choosing to believe about yourself? Are you seeing yourself as small, powerless, at the mercy of circumstance? Or are you walking in the full awareness that you were chosen by God to create, to lead, and to transform everything around you? There will be moments when the world will test you. The distractions, the doubts, the voices of those who do not yet understand, these will all try to pull you back into the matrix of limitation. But you are not the same person you were before. You now know that every experience, every challenge, every triumph is a direct reflection of your energy and your thoughts. You are not a passive participant in this life. You are a conscious creator. Do you realize how powerful this is? Consider the story of Joseph. Betrayed, sold into slavery, and imprisoned, he could have surrendered to the illusion of being a victim. But instead, he held on to his divine vision. He refused to allow circumstances to define him. And because of that unwavering faith, he rose from the depths of a prison cell to the highest position in Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. Genesis 41:41-44. His mind, his belief, and his alignment with God's purpose led him from darkness into unimaginable greatness. Could it be that you too are on the verge of stepping into something far greater than you have ever imagined? Chosen one, stand tall in this knowing. Do not shrink back into fear. Do not give your power away to circumstances or the opinions of others. You were not sent here to be small. You were not created to follow the crowd. You are sovereign. You are powerful. You have a divine mission that is waiting to be fulfilled. And the first step in walking that mission is taking full responsibility for your mind, your energy, and your destiny. God has already placed a crown upon your head. The only question is, will you wear it with honor? Your future is not written in stone. It is written in the silence of your heart, in the quiet whispers of your soul, in the daily choices you make. Every thought you plant is a seed. Every belief you water is a garden growing in the unseen realm. And soon, those gardens will bloom into the reality you walk through every single day. You were never meant to be a victim of life. You were meant to be a leader, a light bearer, a divine creator, moving through this world with wisdom, power, and unshakable faith. Your destiny is in your hands. Take it, command it. Become everything you were created to be. Your life shifts the moment you decide it does. And chosen one, you have already made that choice. The awakening has begun. Now go forth and create. As we wrap up today's message, remember that the power of your thoughts is truly transformative. What you think has the ability to shape your reality. You have been chosen by God, and it's time to align your thoughts with His divine purpose for your life. Keep trusting that your mindset can lead you to greatness and embrace the power within you to manifest God's will. If you've been blessed by this message, please consider supporting our ministry through Super Thanks. Your donations help us spread God's word further. And whether you donate or not, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for your support, prayers, and encouragement. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with others who need to hear it. Your comments are always appreciated, and I love hearing how this message has impacted you. May God bless you abundantly and continue to guide you toward your purpose. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us.